What's going on, y'all? It's your girl Chae with Unstoppable Vessel for God coming to you with a quick word. I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in this world. And if you're returning, show your girl some love. I appreciate your love and support. And if you are new and like my vibe, be more than glad to hit that like and subscribe, okay? No pressure at all. But just know if you do that this is a safe place for you. It's also a judgment-free zone. And we're all growing and learning in this walk with Christ, okay? We standing strong, okay? And we standing on his faithfulness, all right? So I really want to talk to you guys about something that's very important, okay? Because I know on a personal level, and I use my life as a way of showing you guys like you can get through anything. You know, my life is being put out there so people can understand God. There is no limitations with him, okay? And one thing that he has really shown me as I'm reading and I'm studying in the word, okay, and I advise everybody, okay, if you don't have a Bible, please get one. um if you are not able to really purchase one, ask and you shall receive, okay, because I know that's how the Lord moved on my behalf when I was homeless. He provided a Bible for me through a beautiful woman of God, and he will supply your needs, okay, especially when you're seeking him first and foremost, okay. But what I want to talk about this morning is you have to be mindful of who you are getting your advice from, okay. You have to be mindful of who you're getting your advice from, and this is coming from family. And when I say family, it be the closest. When I say the closest to you, for instance, the Lord has been really highlighting mothers, okay. Some of you guys may relate to this. A lot of people are not, because they was brought up in a loving, nurturing home. They was brought up in a place of comfort. They had that nurturing factor in their life. They were truly blessed with that, okay. But you have some of us, okay, more than likely God's chosen ones, you know, that suffer so much, okay, and it be our own mothers that come up against us, that deceive us, that see the power and the light that's within us. Even if we don't recognize it ourselves at that moment, they see something in us that they don't see in them, okay, and they will try to do everything to keep you at a level of being stunted and not in the place of being fruitful and growing into who God is really in really wanting you to be, okay. Now this is real and raw, okay. My channel is real, it's raw. If y'all have not seen any of my videos, I'm very transparent with my videos, but I know for a fact the Lord has really been highlighting deception, sabotage pertaining to my situation, okay. You know, it's a hard thing. It's a hard pill to swallow at the end of the day, because you expect the woman that brought you into this world to be that person to help you or to comfort you, to give you that emotional love that that we seek, but sometimes it don't work out that way. But one thing that I learned, that the love that I was seeking was already within me. And then I have the love of God. I have Jesus Christ that loves me way more than anybody in this earthly realm could ever love me. Okay. There is nobody in this world that will love me as much as the Lord. All right. And I want you to know that as well. But it be the one person that you would think, and as been the child, and you kind of look over things, okay, but it comes to a point in your life where you be like, hey, look, I see it for what it is, and God will put you in a place of seeing things for what it is, okay. You can't ignore it. It is what it is. It's black and white. It's there, okay. A lot of these people, mothers, are narcissists. Okay, they are narcissists, and I was speaking to the Lord the other day, and I was like, growing up as a child, what I'm saying, I knew that I wasn't receiving, the nurturing love from my mother, but at the same time, I felt like that was kind of like normal. It's not normal. It's not normal at all, and the manipulation, the lies, the deception is really coming into play. And, as I'm walking with the Lord and seeing Him and understanding Him and reading the Word, I can't help but to see the deception, the lies. The discernment is on 1,000, seeing right through the representative, seeing right through that mask. Okay. A lot of people, we're not perfect people. We've said some things, but you have to have a forgiving heart. You have to be in that place of forgiving that person and receiving that forgiveness. Okay. But when somebody has a heart of stone, when somebody does not care, when somebody, just don't have no consideration, and it says, let me see, Proverbs 10, it says something about, let me see if I can remember it before I look it up. 10, I want to say it's 10 and 13. I want to say it says, someone that conceals hatred has a lying lips, and somebody that is spreading slander is foolish. I know I'm paraphrasing, but I'm gonna look it up real quick. Someone is concealing hatred, you know, has lying lips. Okay? I want to say it's 10. Hold on, y'all. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's 10 and 18. It said, the one who conceals hatred has lying lips, and whoever spreads slander is a fool. Okay? So people, I'm saying people, but mothers. You have mothers that are out here that has hatred towards their daughters, towards their sons. Okay? And it's funny because, like I said, in I've been reading in Genesis, and the Holy Spirit led me to Second Chronicles, chapter 22, and I'm gonna see if I can pronounce his name right. Ahaziah, I hope I said that right. And his mother was Athaliah. Okay, she was a Jezebel queen. Okay, and she was giving him deceitful advice. Okay, and I'm gonna read here chapter 22 verses 3. It said, he walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother gave him evil advice. Okay, so you have to be mindful of, yes, these are our parents, these are our earthly parents. Okay, but it tells you in the Bible you should not trust man at all. I don't care who it is. Do not trust man at all. They cannot be trusted. You cannot rely on man at all, because they will turn their backs on you. They will lead you in the wrong direction. They will try to sabotage what you're trying to do. Okay? And the Lord will allow you to see these things. And the only thing that we can do is pray for them, because a lot of these people are being used by the enemy. They don't know God. They don't want to know God. They're stuck in their ways. Okay? And another one that was being brought to my attention was in the book of Genesis, Rebecca. Rebecca was being sneaky. She was being sneaky, okay? I don't know if some of you guys can relate to this, but if you have a sibling or anything like that. See, Rebecca and Isaac had twins, okay? They had Esau and Jacob. But Rebecca favored Jacob the most, and Isaac took in Esau, right? But Rebecca was so sneaky and cunning, okay? And like I said, with me reading, it's been highlighted to me the wickedness of these mothers, okay, even in the Bible, way before, it was already set in stone. Like, you got to be mindful, you know and always seek the Lord for advice. Even if you are, seeking godly counsel from people, you still have to seek the Lord, and you still have to, filter out what is being presented to you, okay? Especially when you carry that light, you know what I'm saying? People can see it, and you will have somebody leading you in the wrong direction, okay? And it says, here in the Proverbs, first of all, we need to fear the Lord, okay? And that is the beginning of knowledge, okay? And I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 1. It says, and this is the Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. It said, for learning wisdom and discipline, for understanding insightful sayings, for receiving prudent instruction, in righteousness, justice, and integrity, for teaching shrewdness to the inexperienced, knowledge and discretion to a young man. Let wise let a wise person listen and increase learning, and let a discerning person obtain guidance. For understanding a proverb or a parable, the words of the wise and their riddles. Okay. I'm gonna keep going here. It says, verse 7 said, the fear of the Lord is beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. Listen, my son, to your father's instruction, and don't reject your mother's teaching. Okay. The rightful teaching. Okay. The rightful teaching. For they will be your garland, favor on your head, and pendants around your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, don't be persuaded. If they say, come with us, let's set an ambush and kill someone. Let's attack some innocent person just for fun. Let's swallow them alive like Sheol, whole like those who go down to the pit. We'll find all kinds of valuable property and fill our houses with plunder. Throw in your lots with us, and we'll all share the loot. My son, don't travel the road with them or set your foot on their path, because their feet run towards evil and they hurry to shed blood. It is useless to spread a net where any bird can see it, but they set an ambush to kill themselves. They attack their own lives, such as the paths of all who make profit dishonestly. It takes the lives of those who receive it, okay? And it goes on with the invitation of wisdom, okay? One thing that the Lord has really been, highlighting on my journey, and, anybody's journey that's walking with him, is wisdom, discernment, and just having that knowledge and seeking him first, But like I said, if you're resonating with this, be mindful, because it be your own people, it be your own blood, okay? Even though we are connected, like with blood related, we still have our spiritual family as well. We still have good people that the Lord will place in our lives. You know what I'm saying? Please use your discernment. You know what I'm saying? Seek the Lord at all times, because, like I said, I know for a fact, on a personal level, I've seen it firsthand. I've always knew it, but, as I've walked with the Lord, and, and getting closer to him, and it's beyond me. Okay. But just know that with all that we seek, you know what I'm saying? If we knock, the door will be open. We just have to seek the Lord in all things. Receive his advice before you receive any advice, especially if you know your mother or anybody in that nature is going to sabotage you from getting you to where you need to be. But just know for certain and for sure that God is protecting you. He is shielding you, especially if he is using you for a purpose. Nothing is going to come against you. There is no battle that he cannot win. The battle's already won. The victory has already been accomplished. Okay. We just have to work through the motions and just follow him along the path. Okay. But I just wanted to say that, it be your own people. And reading the Bible, it just highlighted the deception, the wickedness of these women that were, in here. And it's not even, just in the Bible, this is real life stuff. And people don't want to see you flourishing. They don't want to see you doing better than them. Okay. And you have to be mindful. You have to be mindful and continue to break these generational curses, things that are keeping you captive and keeping you held back and keeping you small. Be that woman of God that God intended you to be. Stand strong and press forward, because He has major things awaiting you, and you got this, okay? But this is the word, the message that I have for you guys today, and I hope you guys have a blessed week. I love you guys. Until next time. Peace.